Hi, I'm Charity, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the Challenger space shuttle. So some background: this is a space shuttle that was released by NASA in 1986, and it exploded just over a minute after being launched, and this sadly cost 7 people their lives. This tragedy could have been avoided, and that's what I want to talk about today is the problems leading up to it, and especially the ethical concerns surrounding this whole thing. So I believe there are some things that NASA should have done differently regarding the situation, and the main thing is that management should have listened to the engineers. The engineers are trained, they've been working on this project, and they understand the possible outcomes of not addressing things that needed to be fixed. And so the engineers did talk to the NASA management. They talked to them about a few things. One of them was how low the temperatures were going to be on the day of the launch. It was going to be lower than any other time they had launched a space shuttle, and the engineers believed that this was something to be concerned about. They also talked to the management about other existing problems with the space shuttle that needed to be fixed before launch. But sadly, management had already postponed the launch date once and didn't want to do this again. They also saw the temperature problem as something that there wasn't enough evidence of that it could really be that big of a deal. To me, I think that they should have been focusing a lot more on the safety of the people that were going to be on this space shuttle. This isn't just about the shuttle, it's about these lives, these people's lives, their families, and this decision affected a lot of people. And so I believe that instead of focusing on how there wasn't enough evidence, they should have been looking at every single problem that could occur and that was pointed out, and make sure that it really was safe, instead of just hoping that it was. Roger Boijoli was one of the engineers that was working on this space shuttle, and he, along with his co-workers, the other engineers, talked to management about their concerns, and one of the biggest concerns was the O-rings. The O-rings were eroding, and this is a big problem because the O-rings purpose is to prevent hot gases from escaping the motor, which can be a very big problem, as we saw. And this is like a really tricky situation because Boijoli, along with his co-workers, felt, well, they have a responsibility as engineers to keep people safe. That's their job. They recognize and understand and are skilled enough to know the different problems that can occur with these different machines and with this space shuttle, and they had the obligation to speak up for the safety of people. And on the other hand, that is very difficult for them because they're trying to keep their job, they're trying to support their family, and this is a very big ethical dilemma that they're in. And they did speak up. They talked to management and did try to warn people about the dangers of this, but they were brushed off pretty easily by management. And although they didn't support the decision at all, they didn't step forward, I believe, as much as they should have in this issue, especially because it was affecting people's lives and their families. And I think that in my future, in engineering professional responsibilities that I have, I think it's just really important to remember that it is an obligation as a trained professional to look out for the well-being and the welfare of the community and those around us. That with that knowledge, it is important to take that responsibility seriously and look out for the safety of those around us. So I hope that we've all been able to learn something from this experience, and thank you for watching today.